terrible news. We have no almond milk, so I can't make a coffee, which means I have to go to the store to make my coffee this morning, and I look like this. I will not defend my sleep shirt choices. Anyway, let's go to the store, guys. I have no idea. Just to preface this, I have no idea what this video is going to be about. I just know we need to make something this weekend, and we're recording it.
I hate that. Whether you...
I wear this shirt in like every vlog, and if you have a problem with it, it's not really my problem, it's yours. I'm sorry.
Sunshine and rainbows. I've been feeling good, yeah, you know that it's true. You say that you love me, baby, what you trying to do? We can see the world every day, me and you. Sunshine and rainbows. I've been feeling good, yeah, you know that it's true.
Welcome, valued customer. $4.99. If you have your shopper's card, scan.
Okay, now let's walk back in with our groceries. So it looks like I just came in. Back from the grocery store. I just went for almond milk and I got all of this, which you saw from the iPhone clips if you were paying attention, which I'm sure you were. Okay, so I got lunch meat because I want to make a sandwich today. Chive and onion cream cheese. My favorite milk. I don't get this milk anymore because it's kind of expensive, and now there's 3 people in my house that drink milk. But you know what? I thought it was worth the extra $1 today. This is a coconut almond milk blend from, I think it's Califia Farms. I used to drink the shit out of this, and maybe I'm about to start drinking the shit out of this again. So there's that. We got fresh baked in-store croissants. This is what we're gonna put our sandwich on at lunch. It's gonna be so good. And then we got, if you're an Arizona girl, you know Fry's has the best bagels on earth, and I got the cheese bagels. Usually on the weekends, they're literally sold out by like 10 o'clock, but there was lots left. I got in, I got out, and now we're about to make our coffee and our bagel. Still don't know what this video is. I think it's gonna involve reading. You guys will know, actually this is so cool because you guys will know before I do, because the title will be titling. I didn't want to just do a vlog. I mean, I have the perfect opportunity to do a vlog because like, it's girls' weekend, meaning my husband is gone. I'm here alone for 2 days. He's a fireman. He didn't like leave me or go on a vacation without me. He would never do something like that, obviously. But yeah, he's gone for the weekend. So like I have all the time to record I want, and no boy in my ear being like, hey, let's go do blah, blah, blah. Like we can do whatever we want. So I'm thinking it's gonna be book centric because I vlogged last weekend. Let me let my dogs out.
Sunshine and rainbows.
And it's really good. Honestly, the milk you use in your coffee makes such a difference. If you're an espresso girly, I really recommend this. It's not only is it non-dairy, which I like to stay away from dairy when it makes sense for me to. Like I love cheese, so like that's not going anywhere. Like cream cheese isn't going anywhere, but like I don't really care that much about milk, and this milk is really, really good. I wouldn't use this in like your cereal. It's a little bit sweet, not insanely sweet. Like if you drank this, you probably wouldn't be like, that's sweet, but it is a little sweet, sweeter than like regular almond milk. I usually drink plain, non-vanilla, unsweetened almond milk, but this is a little sweeter. And so it just gives the coffee a little extra flavor. It's so good. Like I am eating this up right now. Literally, how cute is this little, we've got one dark window, coffee, bagel. I'm gonna go sit outside and read and eat my brekkie. The news, what is this video? You already know because you know the title. We're going to be getting through as many books as I have on my physical TBR as we possibly can. Now, I'm scared this might derail because I'm reading One Dark Window. I don't own the second one, and I feel like once this is over, I'm gonna wanna run out to Barnes and get number 2, which is fine because that's technically on my TBR, but we're gonna try to read as many books as we can today and tomorrow and just bust through this. Now tonight we're gonna have a brief intermission because we are getting sushi with my friend Taylor. That's the only time we're stopping. And we're not gonna be on our phone. And we're gonna start with this. I am already 278 pages into One Dark Window. I thought it was gonna be 5-star when I started it. I was really loving it. There's been some things since I've started it that I don't I guess not things, but just like the writing in certain spots has not been what it could have been. I feel like the romance is not romancing as hard as it could. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm really intrigued by the magic and the mystery of what's going on with our girl. She is slow to figure things out. Like, I knew what was going on with her to a certain extent a lot earlier than she did, but it's fine. Sometimes we know ourselves the least. You know? That's what we're doing. We're reading as many books as we can. This is a reading vlog. It's a book video. I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. Hello, friends. We are literally barely into this weekend. It's only 10:30 and I only have 68 pages left of One Dark Window, which I am so excited to finish. Like, so excited to finish. I like this book. I like the magic system. I like the characters to an extent. I do feel like Elspeth doesn't really have any traits. Like, she's just like, what's the word? An exorcist? No. She would bet my life savings when I said she's, what's the word? None of you were gonna say exorcist. Like, no one thought that was what was about to come out of my mouth. I mean, like, she needs an exorcism. Like, she has a demon. Like, oh, she's demonic? What is that word when you have like a demon inside of you? And you know, watching this back, even I don't know what word I was looking for to describe her still. Like, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, someone needs to exorcise her demon out of her, but I don't know. She doesn't really have any traits besides that. There are some cool characters in here, but like, this is one of those books, it kind of reminds me of, what's it called? Dance of Thieves, where it's like, yeah, this is good, but like, if things were just tweaked a little bit, it could have been even better. And like the characters, like their love story is like cute at parts, but like could have been better. And then like the overall plot is really good, but like some of the elements are like not foreshadowed enough, or not like, I don't know. It's definitely not like masterful fiction that defines a genre. What a statement I just made. But it is good and I'm having fun, and this is my book club read, so 68 pages left. I'm hoping we get some answers. A part of me does not want to go pick up the next one because I don't want to keep reading in this world. Like, I'd like to go somewhere else. But I think that I am going to have to get the next one because something really crazy is going to happen and I need to know what it is. So I have a feeling we're going to be going to Barnes here in like 30-40 minutes when I'm done with this book. And then this will actually be my third book this month that I've finished, which it probably doesn't sound like a lot if you watch other booktubers, but for me, that's pretty good because I haven't been finding much time to read. I am also reading Dune, but Dune is, in my opinion, really boring. And I love sci-fi and I love high fantasy. Like, it would usually be up my alley, but I'm having a tough time with it. But we're gonna dive back into this because I really want to finish it and give it its killing blow. 68 pages. We're teetering on, I was originally thinking this might be a 5-star. Now I feel like it's more of a 4-star, but the ending is really what's going to make me decide whether it's 4 or 5-star. I have been thinking about it a lot while I'm reading it. I've been reading it for about a week, so let's do this. I come to you with great news. We have finished One Dark Window. We have decided that the point of this video is to get through as many books I have on my physical TBR as possible, and started with this One Dark Window. I think I'm going to rate this 4 stars. Now, if you're familiar with my rating system, you're gonna understand what I'm about to say. If you're not, I'm gonna explain what I'm about to say. I don't believe that you should rate books a 0.25 or a 0.5 or whatever, because we use a 5-star scale. 5 stars. If you do 0.5 ratings, then you're basically rating on a scale of 1 to 10, which is not what we do. We agreed, all of us as book readers, 5-star scale, okay? So I rate books on a 5-star scale, and I try not to do in-betweens, and I will say it's a high or a low 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, okay? Because they have to be put in those categories. That's just the way the world works, honey. I'm sorry. We agreed 5-star scale. So this is going to be a low 4. That's what I'm going to be calling it. It is very good, but it is, well, you know what? Actually, no, it's just a 4. You know what, fuck it. It's just a 4. This is a 4-star book. It was great. I thought about it a lot. I really liked it. It kept me interested through the whole thing. Pacing's awesome. The romance is cute, but there are definitely things that could have been done better. I feel like now as I get older and I've read really great fantasies with great romance, I'm like, ugh, this could have been tweaked a little better. I wish they had more banter. I wish they were more playful. I feel like their relationship was very quick, which is fine. It was not anything bad, but it's just not, it could have been a little sweeter. And then the plot, there were points where it moved a little too slow for my understanding. I was already there, and Elspeth was 10 miles behind me, okay? She was catching up. She was she was behind me, right? And I was ready to, like, I had already figured out what she needed to figure out, and I had to wait for a while for her to figure it out, which I don't love. This book doesn't give you a lot of answers. It definitely leaves you on a cliffhanger, and that's really interesting. But that being said, I am not dying to pick up the next one. Like, it's not my one true goal in life to read the next book. Like, I am excited about it, but definitely not all I care about. So now, since we have made the decision that this video is going to be reading through as much of my physical TBR as we can, we're gonna go take a look at my physical TBR and see what we have to get through. So let's head on over to the shelves, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, here we are in the shelves. Most of these books have been read. I'm pretty good at keeping a pretty small physical TBR. So I'm gonna grab what I know hasn't been read yet off of these shelves, and we're gonna stack them up and talk about them. Some of these you've probably heard me talk about before because I have like picked my next book that I'm gonna read in a vlog before, but I've never purposely been like, let's read my physical TBR. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm also going to, guys, remind me, I need to write a review for this while it's so fresh in my mind, because I need to, but let's get the books, okay? Okie doke, I have chosen to move some things around just for the sake of this video. Usually I like display books on this shelf, but I have chosen to turn this into a TBR shelf. These two are my other TBR shelves. These are really all the books I have that I haven't read, besides Brandon Sanderson's A Frugal Wizard's Guide to Surviving in England, The Sunlit Man, and You Mean the Midnight Painter. These are his like collector books that he did the secret projects on. I don't want to read these super gorgeous collector editions books. Like, this is not what I will actually be physically reading. They're more of a display piece. And my husband has my Kindle currently, so I think these are kind of out of the question for now, because I would prefer to read these on the Kindle than like that nice ass. I don't want to carry that nice tome around and like possibly ruin it. So we have these three shelves. Now, there's a couple things we need to take into account here. And actually, I'm gonna put you guys on the big tripod while we do this. Hold on, I'm just like holding you up. It's not working. Okay, that is way better. Now we have our hands free. Love this for us. Okay, so we have three shelves. You can't see the bottom one down here, but the ones down here are actually the ones I'm kind of most interested in reading. I wanna take into account a few things when I'm picking books. I want to read as many books as I can in this video. Like, I wanna really just like, you know what I mean? And so because of that, I need to pick books that I think I can actually like get through. You know what I'm saying? Up here, we have, these books are books that I have already started reading at one time or another. We've got Dune by Frank Herbert, which I'm actually actively reading. I'm on page 262. But the thing with Dune is like, I'm not gonna finish this in a weekend. I feel like this is gonna be a long trek. I feel like I'm gonna make a whole video on my thoughts on Dune because there's so much I could say about this. And I just don't think this is a good cut for this, so we're not gonna use that. Next, we have Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. This is the Era 2 part of the Red Rising series, and I love these books so much. And I've only read like 40 pages of this when I very first bought it. But again, I don't think this is a good contender for this because this is like a high fantasy world. It's gonna take me some time to get through. I'm not just gonna blaze through this. Also, I love this story. I love these characters, and I like to like slowly, you know, take my time through it. And so I don't wanna like read this in a reading vlog where I'm trying to read as much of my physical TBR as I can and then, you know, not savor it, you know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna do that. Next we have the last book in Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn series. I stopped reading this because my life got busy, no fault of the books. I'm 344 pages in. I remember almost everything that's happened, but it would take a little getting back used to. Thank God I annotated this so I would know what was going on. But I stopped reading this a long time ago, and honestly, this is another one that I'm gonna have to like, this is gonna have to be my main focus, and I don't think it's something I'm gonna get through quickly. Then we have something that could be a contender for the book that we actually pick up, which is The Long Game by Elena Armis. This is, I'm on page 78. I think I do have the audiobook for this, so that increases my chances of finishing it. I might actually even be further than page 78, but this is a romance about a girl who works for a soccer team and how she like fights a mascot and gets fired and then has to go coach Little League soccer somewhere else. I bought this forever ago, I like picked it up and then I don't even know why I didn't keep reading it. I don't know if I like Elena Armis's writing. I have read The Spanish Love Deception. We're not gonna talk about The Spanish Love Deception, but I think this could be something I could get through today or maybe even like get a couple books in today. I'm not like a crazy fast reader. I have a pretty normal reading pace, but I think we could do some damage here. How many pages is this? Let's see. 376. I feel like we could do this. Okay, so that's a contender. We're gonna put this in the maybe pile over here. Okay, next we have Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. We are not reading that right now. Brandon Sanderson, like, this is not gonna be a quick read, okay? No. Then we have Defiant by Brandon Sanderson. This is the final installment of the Skyward series, which I'm obsessed with. And usually if I'm in a book slump, I will pick up a Skyward book and like magically be obsessed. I love this series, and this is the final installment. I guess it's gonna have like a second era, if you will. But I think before I can read this, I have to read the Skyward Flight novellas. There's 3 of them. And this book is literally like 621 pages. It's 3 books technically bound into one, but I don't know. I think this is gonna have to be a journey that goes together, and for those reasons, I'm out. I don't think that this is a good contender for this video. I also have Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I've heard that this book sucks. I definitely enjoyed Fourth Wing, but it's not my favorite. It's not the love of my life. And I don't know, I think I do have the audiobook for this, so we could do that. And just getting through it and being able to talk about it might be worthy of it. But honestly, I'm gonna need to watch a recap video to remember what happens in Fourth Wing, because I couldn't tell you. So I don't think this is a yes either. Okay, moving down to shelf number 2, we have The City Inside by Samit Basu. I think this would be really fun. It's a sci-fi. I literally didn't read any reviews. I just like kind of picked it up. I don't think it's a very like popular book, but it was really interesting. It has something to do with AI, I think, or like a multi-reality live streams in Indie, one of South Asia's fastest rising online celebrities. She like manages an online celebrity. It might be interesting. This is only like 250 pages, so we could definitely smash through this. I'm gonna put this on the maybe pile. Next, we have These Hollow Vows. I really don't know anything about this, but a girl from Instagram sent this to me after she had read it, and that does make me interested in it. I've heard interesting things, but really don't know anything about it. I've heard good and bad. I don't know what she rated it. I can't remember, but she sent it to me in the mail with Elantris, which she liked. So I don't know. We're thinking about this one. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I've always wanted to read this. I've never had the opportunity to. It's a coming of age stories with 2 teenagers that have a podcast. I love Alice Oseman. I love Heartstopper. I love her art, and this is interesting. We're gonna put this on the maybe pile. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I think we all know a lot about this book. I just don't feel like I'm gonna be able to, this isn't gonna be something that I'm gonna be able to like pull off quickly for anything, but I am super fucking interested in this one. We're just gonna leave it on the shelf, but we're definitely thinking about her. Next, we have Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is about tennis, and I play pickleball, so makes me think that I will love this. And I know Destiny Sidwell loves this, and I do look to Destiny Sidwell for book reviews every once in a while, so I feel like this might be good. We're gonna put this on the maybe pile. Next, we have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor that I've been basically begging my book club to pick for our read, and they never do. This is like such a fun, fanciful, magical read, and I know that I would love this. It's about dreams and a character named Laszlo Strange who believes in this mythical long lost city called Weep. He's always wanted to go there, and then he has an opportunity to. It sounds magical, and I know her writing is like lyrical and beautiful, and Lee Bardugo is blurbed, and I love this. We're gonna put this on the maybe pile, even though it's huge and will probably take up the rest of my weekend. A Winter's Promise. This is the first installment of a... My brain, did you see that? Dead behind the eyes. Like she just like saw a sparkle somewhere and was gone. This is the first installment of a young adult fantasy series. My sister was obsessed with it. I trust her reviews. Like I would give her my life for her. Like if she told me to read something, I would do it. But I just don't know if I want to get into a fantasy series, because I feel like if I get into this, I'm gonna want to keep reading it. So we're actually gonna put this on the no shelf. That's gonna require a chunk of time for itself. Okay, then we have Ready Player One, the sci-fi. Okay, I feel like this would be so fun, and it's not super long. We've got like 400 pages. I feel like this could be something. We're gonna put in the maybe pile. Ray Bradbury's The Martian Chronicles. I feel like this would slow me down. It is a short read, but I don't know if I'll be able to, you know what, actually, maybe pile. We'll put this on the maybe pile. Basically, the maybe pile is like our TBR for this weekend, because we're gonna go through my whole TBR and we're gonna put the books that we think would be good contenders for this weekend in their own pile, if that makes sense. The last one we have on this shelf that I'm thinking about is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I feel like this is definitely something that I could read quickly. It's a short read, 280 pages, and I haven't ever read it, and I think about reading it a lot, especially because I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift's ex plays like the male lead. I don't know, I'm interested in this. Okay, let's go down to the third shelf. We have, oh, I guess a bunch of receipts. I don't know why these are in here. I think these are all from Barnes. Yes, they are. Are you really a reader if you don't use a Barnes & Noble receipt or the buy one get one 50% off cookie coupon as a bookmark? You're not. You're not. You can't convince me you are. Anyways, the Atlas 6 by, I can't remember her name, Olivia Blake. This went crazy when it came out. This is the original printing, the indie published version. My little sister Grace had it. I've been interested in it since it came out, and I read one Olivia Blake. The one that I read was One for My Enemy, and I hated it, but I've heard that her books are really weird and like you'll love one, hate another, so that makes me interested in this. Definitely putting this on our shelf. Okay, then we have, I'm gonna grab this one next, even though it's not next in line, Sorcery of Thorns. This is a standalone fantasy about a magical library. I love the sound of this. Think I might have the audiobook for this as well, so that's like a really high contender. And a standalone, like I feel like this is gonna be something that's easy for me to get through. It's YA. There's a magical library that she protects with magical books. That has my name written all over it. I've owned this book for a very long time and always been interested in it, but for some reason, like standalone fantasy just like never finds its way into my hands. Like it's not something I like reach for, grab for, I'm looking for. I'll usually be like, I want high fantasy, or I want romance, like, and then I go look for those books. This is not one I grab for. Actually, this is very high contender. I feel like this, like maybe I will even, am I making a decision already? We can't. Okay, next we have Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I think this is definitely something I could read this weekend. Her books go down so quick and she writes cute romance. I have read Yours Truly, which is in the same universe as this book, and I haven't read nearly enough Abby Jimenez. That's the only Abby Jimenez I've read, which Yours Truly was fine, but it wasn't incredible. And I believe I have the audiobook for this as well. So this, another good contender for this weekend. Okay, then we have The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. My friend Amara desperately wants me to read this. It is a romance. I don't think I've ever read Nicholas Sparks, and I'm terrified of reading romance written by a man, but for her sake, I want to read it. It's cowboy romance, but I kind of want to hold on to this for a Cowboy's Wife Reads Cowboy Romance video. Actually, we're going to do that for sure. That is not a contender for this weekend because I want it for Cowboy's Wife Reads Cowboy Romance, so. Also, I hide things behind my books, so there's just some stuff back here, so just ignore that. We have A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkins. I kind of want to keep this for Halloween, spooky season, fall. It is a really thick book, and it's obviously about witches. It's literally like 600 pages, 586, I think. This is book one of the All Souls trilogy, and I think this would just hit better in fall, so we're not going to read this weekend. Then we have Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is the first installment in a high fantasy, I believe, world that's super really cool, and I've wanted to read this for a long time. I used to work in student life when I was in college, and the girl at the front desk was reading this every day, and I was like, please tell me what's the deal with this? Tell me about this. And she was like, if you read one book, you need to read this. This is all I can think about. And I was like, wow, okay, you make me want to read it. And I literally bought it because of her. And here she is on my shelf all these years later. It's literally been like 5 years, not even 4 years since that girl talked to me. I don't think this will be something we read this weekend, but it's still something I'm very interested in. I feel like a lot of books you get super interested in just fall to the bottom of your TBR without even meaning to, and you just forget that they even exist. Like every month when I go to pick something up, I never think about Fifth Season. Like it never comes to my brain. And you know, this is actually going through my physical TBR is actually helping me think about like what matters to me. Cause I feel like sometimes I will pick up a book on a trend or like what's new or hot or whatever and not even consider the fact that like I have books like this that I've wanted to read for so long that are like supposedly some of the best books ever written, and they're just falling to the bottom of my TBR because they're not like hot topics right now, and I like want to do like read what everybody else is reading in the moment, and like things like this, I should care about this more, but I'm gonna save this for when I'm not trying to just read as many books as I can. Not that these books don't mean something, but I don't think that this is gonna be a short, it's not gonna bring up my read books for the month. The next we have The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adier. I don't know if I'm saying this right. This is a something Nights retelling. I can't remember what it is, but it's basically like the prince or whatever, like he takes a new bride like every night and they always die. Yeah. Khalid, the 18-year-old Caliph of Khorasan, is a monster. Each night he takes a new wife, only to have her killed by sunrise. Shahrazad is the first volunteer to become Khalad's bride. She vows to stop his reign of terror for the friend she lost, and for those who perished before her. Incredibly, she manages to survive the first morning and the next. Night after night, she mesmerizes Caliph with her storytelling, once buying time. Basically, I think it's called 21 Nights or 59 Nights or something. 60 Nights retelling, I can't remember, but basically very interesting. I think this could be something we read this weekend, and I've had it for a long time. Like, I think I bought this in 2020. It was like hot on Book Talk for a minute. Last 2 books on the TBR, we have We Hunt the Flame by Hassaf Fazal. Super interested in this since it came out. I have a friend from college that really loved this series, and I really trust her reviews, and it makes me interested. She recently just came out with a new book. I can't remember what the name of it is, but people are not liking it as much. But I really love this. This is the first installment of a YA trilogy, I believe. I think I would really like it. It feels like a cool world. I know she's like a hunter or like a, I don't know. What is she? Yeah, she's literally a hunter, is the hunter, disguising herself as a man. She braves the cursed forest of Ars to feed her people. It kind of reminds me of An Ember in the Ashes, but this is definitely a contender. Put that on this week's shelf. And then we have Tiger's Curse. Which, this is a YA story that some of my friends are obsessed with. I believe it's about a girl who falls in love with a guy who can turn into a tiger. It's got like Indian themes. I love India. I love Indian food. I love Indian everything. So very interested in this, but I'm saving this because I think I'm gonna do a weekend where I read YA books I never read that I need to understand, and this is gonna be one of them. So now that we've organized all of this out, this bottom shelf is gonna be books that we cannot read. The next shelf above it is our actual options for this week. Let me bring you back up. So these are our actual options for this weekend. Let me like organize these better. We have our shelf of reads for the weekend. Now we need to think about what we're actually doing next. I'm gonna put One Dark Window in my finished pile somewhere over here. It's way down there. You can't see it and I'm not moving you, sorry. Sorry if you wish you could see the spot that book ends up on my shelf. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. Well, there is, but I won't. Okay, this is our trying to read as many books on my TBR weekend bookshelf TBR. It is my TBR within a TBR, if you know what I'm saying. Where should we start? I'm thinking we start with The Long Game or Sorcery of Thorns. Now, I'm gonna look and see which of these I have the audiobook, and I'm also gonna look on Goodreads and see what the reviews are to see which one I think I will be going with. I really wanna stay in the fantasy world, so I'm thinking Sorcery of Thorns. Thorns? Why can't I talk? Sorcery of Thorns is what I'm going to pick up. That's what I'm feeling drawn to. I think Part of Your World is also a good contender. So, you know what? I think I've decided. Sorcery of Thorns. The Goodreads reviews are making me doubt my choice. Do I read it just to get it off my shelf? Okay, I've made a new decision. We're gonna finish The Long Game by Elena Armis. I'm already 78 pages into this book and it's only 360 pages. So we have like 300 pages of this and I think I can smash this out quickly. I'm usually a mood reader. I read some of the reviews for Sorcery of Thorns and I'm feeling icky about it now. My issue is there's a lot of books on my bookshelf that I bought when I first got back into reading that I think like that version of me would have liked. But like, and especially like when Book Talk first got big, like I was into reading what was hot. And so I have some books on my shelf that I picked up then that I got off reviews then that I thought I would like. And like now I don't know if I pick them up if I would actually like them because people I trust have not rated them highly and it scares me to pick them up. And maybe that's just my sign that it's time to unhaul those books, that they're not ever going to be read. They need to go. Because there is a lot of books like that on my shelf, but I know I want to finish this because I've already started it. So we're going to finish this book. Page 142. I didn't think I was gonna like this. I really like this. At some points, and this is gonna be toxic of me as a book reviewer, but there are some points where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my God, this is so cute. Like, I don't know, I'm not following, or like that didn't happen, but like I'm eating it up. Eating it up. Eating it up! He said, he's looking at her and he said, there's tiny freckles on the bridge of her nose. Yeah, there is, Cameron. Yeah, there is. And you're in love with her, is what you're telling me? Down bad. Down bad, crying at the gym. Okay, let's get back. I have literally been reading outside on the swing all day long. It's 5 p.m. Dream day. We are on page 218 now, and I'm really liking this. Now, actually, let's discuss. Does this book make any real sense? Most of the time, no. Does anything the characters do really make sense? Does the plot make sense? No, 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 no. Like, pretty much nothing in this book makes any sense, but I'm eating it up. The male hero in this book. It's giving culty. And maybe that's why this is, you know what, actually, wait a second. Maybe that's why this is working for me. If you don't know this about me, Culty by Mariana Zapata, I have read 5 times. And it is a soccer romance, slow burn. It's literally the cutest grumpy sunshine romance I've ever read in my entire life. And this is about a male grumpy soccer player. And maybe that is the only reason this works for me. Is he's kind of an asshole, plays soccer, but he like likes her. He really likes her. What do books do to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, so there are times where I'm looking at this and I'm like, literally, girl, it is words on a paper. It is words on a paper. What is getting into you? Act like an adult. Act like an adult. But okay, this is so cute. I'm actually so glad this is what I picked to go into next. And I'm, dare I say it, live, laugh, loving. Live, laugh, loving. Literally just want to dive back into this because things are moving along, okay? Things are moving along. And Elena Armas, I don't know what you did because honestly, usually for me, like if a plot line doesn't make sense, like there's like a thing in here where they have to like go to local events and somehow they both get tangled up into it. It makes no sense for both of them to be. Like it makes sense for her to be, but not him. Like I don't understand why Cameron needs to go to everything, but it makes sense for Adeline. And I just overlooked it, I don't even care. And then like, it's kind of, like it feels like the events kind of stopped happening, like they're not going, I don't know. The soccer team, the events they go to, none of it makes any sense, none of it really matters. All that matters is them. And although this is, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not a good work of art. This is not a brilliantly crafted book. But the romance, I'm eating it up, which is crazy because Spanish Love Deception, it had me snoozing. Actually, not even snoozing, gagging at some points. I did not like that book. I remember somebody at Barnes literally telling me like, you should read this. Well, here I am, girl at Barnes & Noble, you were right. Sometimes I do be taking a random recommendation off a girl in the aisle who's like, oh, you should try this. I'm eating this up. So I'm gonna keep eating it up. And that is the update, guys. Hello, book girlies. Do I have some news for you? I'm coming at you live from the bed because it's girls weekend. Remember, we're slumber party vibes. Let me stick you over here. So I do have some terrible news for you guys. Where am I at in this book? Hold on. 242, page 242. We're so close to the end of this. I'm loving it. I think I already talked to you about it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it now. We'll update when I read some more. But I did go to Barnes. Literally told myself I would not do that. But Taylor was like, my friend that I went to get sushi with was like, I kind of want to go to Barnes. And I was like, I've been fighting the urge. I'm literally filming a video about getting books off my physical TBR. And here we are at Barnes & Noble. And I bought the 7-Year Slip. I've heard so many good things about this. And I don't know. I've literally not seen somebody rate this under 5 stars. So I'm like really excited about this and really want to read it. And Tammy 7 by Chloe Walsh. I love Gibbsy literally so much. She's my favorite person on earth. And I could not wait for this book. And I tried to buy it the day it literally came out and my Barnes & Noble didn't have it. So today, naturally, I was like, if I'm going to buy a book, this is the book I'm buying. And so we have these. These are also contenders for our reading video this weekend. I might move on to this next. I don't know what I'm going to do. We won't know till I finish the book because I'm a mood reader, okay? And the struggle of being a mood reader is you say, oh, I'm going to read this next. And then you finish a book and you're like, maybe not. Like literally what? Who? I don't know. Who am I? We don't know. But anyways, okay. Just need to update you and let you know that I have my Awala right here full of lemon water. And I'm about to dive back into this book. I think it's 9 o'clock. It's 10:15, but we are gonna stay up as late as we can, guys. Literally as late as we possibly can. Hanging my head in shame at the fact that I promised you guys book girl sleepover vibes. I took one single clip, and then you know what my ass did? Shoo. That's what I did. I said, me. I went to sleep. I fell asleep reading this book. I could not keep my eyes open. What is wrong with me? Where is the girl that used to stay up till 6 a.m. doing absolutely nothing? Is she in the room with us? What happened to me? I feel like such a loser, such a lame-o. Anyway, good morning, guys. Can you tell my skin, my tan? I might be having an aneurysm. Can you tell my face is tanner? It's from those tanning drops. The only downside to the tanning drops, I've got to say, is they do smell kind of bad. They do smell kind of bad. I've already had my espresso today. I didn't make you guys sit through a second rendition of Watch Katie's Espresso Machine to cute royalty-free artlist.io music. You're welcome, but also maybe not welcome. Maybe you were hoping for that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna end up reading these in this video as well because this is all I care about now. Even though I have a literally we literally went through my bookshelves. This is the struggle of being a mood reader. We went through my whole bookshelves, made a whole shelf, made a whole plan, and then I went to Barnes & Noble and I said, sorry, but anyway, we need to finish this. I still haven't finished this, guys. Fell asleep reading it. We're in the home stretch. I'm really enjoying this book, and I just want you to know, why am I enjoying it? That was me drawing a question mark. Question mark. Why do I like it? Why is it so cute? We don't know. I don't want to tell you all that this is the most amazing romance book I've ever read, but for some reason it is working for me, personally. Katie. I don't know why. And it's not because it's well written. I don't know. There's something in this. They put something in this book. There's also been some cringe millennial moments, but I mean, can you even read these days without getting those? Can you even read? As an elder Gen Z, it's tough. It is tough to read without seeing a millennial reference. Like, anyways, okay, I'm gonna go get on my swing and read. I just wanted to come here to you as an adult and let you know that I failed you and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do better next time. You know that video, me referencing an event in American history saying, do you know that video? You know that speech, I think it's no, not Richard Nixon. I was gonna say John F. Kennedy, it's not John F. Kennedy. What president is it that got the by Monica Lewinsky? But he says, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I'm doing the opposite of that. I'm owning up. I did have... Okay, I'm getting off here. Or the espresso is hitting too hard, okay? I cannot do my Bill Clinton. If I am doing a Bill Clinton impersonation on a vlog, we have come too far. We need to get out of here. Okay, let's go read. Bye. Hi, welcome to my hanging swing chair outside. This is like our new place where we discuss books. I'm so sorry if you hate that I'm swinging. This book, guys, I cannot explain to you why I enjoyed this. I'm not finished yet, but I was having so much fun. Now I'm at the end and we're getting me spicy scenes and I'm like, I don't want to read this. And I don't know what it is. I can't. I can barely make it through this. I'm struggling. Also, the plot of this book goes crazy. It goes crazy. I don't know. None of it makes any sense. None of it really matters. You never see anything really happen. And like now we're having to tie up the loose ends of like her life back in Miami or whatever that we saw for like 5 minutes at the beginning of this book. And it's like, I don't even care about her life back in Miami. Like it doesn't make sense. Her dad doesn't make sense. And now there's like a new plot that just like a plot piece that just got added that like her dad has like a secret that her mom shares with her about her dad. Like, and it's like, who cares? I don't give a fuck. I literally don't give a fuck. And it just goes to show you that this book is not well written. It's not incredible. But for some fucking reason, I like it. I think it's because I like culty. I literally think that is the only thing that can make sense is that this is a little bit like culty, and that does it for me. But I'm trudging my way through these last 50 pages. I'm really just trying to get this over with so I can move on with my life. Okay, guys? He keeps making the most stupid, like, football sport references when he's talking to her, and it is so stupid, you guys. Like, so stupid. Like, she says, oh, I think we should go back to where we're staying. Like, she's about to say home. Like, his house is her home. But then stops and he goes, it's okay, love. I'm not going to give up after. Oh, man, that is so terrible. That is... Oh... I think she really thought she did something there. And honestly, the stupidness of it is, like, adding to the charm of the book. Like, why am I... Okay, we need to keep going. Nothing that they say makes any sense. Like, it's like they're trying to, like, overcome something from her past relationship. But he's just, like, word vomiting, magnetic romance novel poetry, like about like just like stringing together words or things that the author has heard in other books that like made sense. Like at one point he's talking about she be more confident, and the other point he's like, and you need to feel like you've earned me, but you already earned me. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. When they're having a conversation, I'm like, okay, all right. I don't know where you got that from. And then he's just saying like little cheesy one-liners that you've heard in every romance novel, like, you burn so bright. Like, just stupid shit, you guys. It is so dumb. It is so dumb. And I mean, this part is the most nauseating part of the book I've read. I liked it better when they were hating each other. Can we go back to when you were like pretending you hated each other, but you actually were in love? Can we go back to that? I come to you a changed woman. Why is that? I have finished The Long Game. Wow. All I have to say about this book is I don't recommend it to you. I don't think you would like it. The last 25% was so cringe. There were so many very awkward millennial references. She keeps asking people for their handles. Oh, I gave them my handle. I asked for her handle. Like, as in their Instagram. And, like, no one speaks like that. So I don't know where, like, if she's walking around just asking people, hey, what's your handle? Like, we need to get her out of here. Elena Armas. So like I said, this was terrible, and I loved it. And you know why I loved it? I think I've narrowed it down. My Goodreads review literally says this is poorly written culty fanfic, and I'm not wrong. That's what this reads as. Like, the coach is totally culty coded. He's foreign, but instead of him being German, he's English. And the girl is instead of being a girl on the team, and that's why she can't be with him, she's the team's manager, and that's why she can't be with him. And it's a kid's soccer team. There's like weird sports references used in the most cringe way. And at like 25%, he just starts talking to her in like soccer lingo for no reason, and it's never been established that he does that before that point. It, like, when I tell you this is one of the worst books I've ever read, it is, and for some reason I loved it. And for some reason I was eating this up. Like, to the point that last night when I went to go get sushi with Taylor, they had soccer on the TV, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Cameron Caldani is playing. And then I'm like, Cameron Caldani is a fake person in The Long Game, one of the worst books you've ever read. I'm pretty sure he's not playing on national TV in the 3D realm that you exist in. Okay? So we rated it 4 stars. That's shocking considering I just told you how terrible it is. I don't recommend it to you. If you liked culty, I think you might have some fun reading this. And like, the bad parts at the end are comical. It's funny. It's a very slow burn, which I honestly think that's another reason why it worked for me. They don't get together till the very end of the book. That's what I like. That's the shit I like. So, The Long Game. Where are we going next on our weekend reading extravaganza? What book shall we pick up next? I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna read The 7-Year Slip. I have heard so many good things about this book. I have heard that this is going to change my life. I have never seen a review less than 4 stars. Like, that, I've just heard so many amazing things. People are saying it's their favorite book of the year. I need this. I want to crush it up and inject it in my veins. It better be cute. It better be the best thing I've ever read. Basically, the girl's apartment brings her 7 years into the past, and she falls in love with a guy that's 7 years in the past. My prediction is that she is going to somehow meet this man in the present as well. And while she's talking to his past self, she's also talking to his present self, or something like that. I don't entirely know, but I was gonna save this for a beach reads video, but we're not doing that. We're reading it right now. This is like it's about 300 pages, like 328 pages. I'm hoping we can bust through this, and then we can even read. So that'll put us at what? This will be the 3rd book. I would like to read 4 books this weekend. So we can bust through this and read a 4th book too. And after this, what I think I will do, I do have Taming 7. But I don't know if I'm ready for it. I think I might return to a fantasy world. And I might even go to Barnes and get something new. Because guys, I think, and I'm going to talk about this with you, we'll probably address this at the end. There are just books on my shelves that I am never going to read. They are never going to be read. And I think they need to be brought to Changing Hands. I think I need to take a Changing Hands trip. I need to bring them down there. I have already done that recently. Like, I unhauled a bunch of books in, I don't know, probably like March. But now that I'm going through what's left on my physical TBR, I'm like, there's some books on there that are classics that I will read when I'm in the mood for that. But there's a lot of books on there that are like books I bought in 2020, 2021, when I was just like getting into book talk, and I was like taking a lot of people's advice. And now that I go look up reviews, like people that I know share my book taste that I trust, didn't like the book, and I am too scared to read something if someone that I trust said it was bad. Like, I'm too, call me chronically online reader. I am. Hi, I have a freaking YouTube channel for this. I just think that I need to clear out my TBR shelves again, because if it's not going to get read, it just needs to go. It needs to go, and I need to make final decisions. Like, because there's books on my shelves that when I go into Barnes, I have no interest in picking them up. Like, if I was going to buy them today, I would not buy them. And I think, like, okay, if that's the case, then if it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me, and I can't keep holding on to it. So we might do that at the end of this video as well. Go through my shelves, get rid of some stuff, do a little clean out. Even though we kind of already did go through my shelves, but look, I never said this was going to be organized. I never claimed to be smart. And that's not why you're here. You're here for the chaos, girl. That's the whole point. Anyways, let's dive in. We're going to get going. And I can't wait to tell you about this. I can't wait to have so much to share with you. I hope I'm kicking my feet. I hope I'm kicking my feet in approximately the next clip. Future Katie, let me know. God, won't it be unfortunate if I hate this? I have horrible news. Quite literally terrible news to tell you. Okay. 94 pages in, and guys, I feel like I need a break. All I've done the last 2 days is read. I did have that break last night. So like you're saying, Katie, you did already have a break, but I don't want to read anymore. And I don't want to read this anymore. It's a great book. It's a fine book. It's a cute book. I don't know if I'm going to be absolutely obsessed with this. I feel like romance has to hit a certain spot for me, and if it doesn't, then I'm uninterested. Call me crazy. But there's just like very specific ones that work for me, and I'm not eating this up. Granted, we're only 94 pages in, but I mean, like, I don't want to read anymore. I don't. So I don't know what to do. Do I just force it? Do I just keep going? What do I do in this situation? And why do I want to reread Colty? I've already read it 5 times. Girl, you can't. You cannot reread it. But I want to so bad. But I can't. We cannot waste our time rereading the same books over and over again in our lifetime. You only get to read so many books in your lifetime. Do not waste all your reads on just rereading the same damn book. But like, honestly, and like, okay, what did I read before this? The Long Game, there was some cute parts. 4 stars. It was good, you know? And then One Dark Window was good, you know? But it's not something that I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I want that feeling. I want that, like, I want a 5-star feeling. I want to be sunk in, and I'm just not feeling sunk in. Not even with this. Also, guys, okay, 94 pages and I haven't updated you at all about this book. It is almost exactly how I thought it was going to go. That's how this is playing out. Which is not a bad thing, per se. I feel like it could go well. I don't know. But it's definitely not as good as I want it to be. I don't know. It's just not. It's just, I don't know. It's like, okay, yeah, I see where this is going. And like, I think I can't judge it yet. And that makes me, honestly, maybe that makes me want to read it more. Because like, so many people had great things to say about this. And maybe I'm the one person that has something negative to say. And therefore I should read it so that other people like me don't read this being like, it's going to be the best book of my life. And then it's fine, but it's not amazing. I just want to sink my teeth into something and be really obsessed, and I haven't been there. I mean, I did like The Long Game, but it was, again, we talked a lot about how The Long Game was like the dumbest book I've ever read. Like, it wasn't anything amazing, you know? I'm returning to you a different woman, not just because my hair is in a bun, but for other reasons as well, that we will be discussing right now. I come to you a woman who is now on page 232 of the 7-year slip. Let's see how many pages I have left. We're so close to being done, guys. We literally have, this is what we're looking at. That's all that's left over. We're so close to being done. And I misjudged this book. I was like, I know where this is going, and I know the tropes that are happening, and I know what she's gonna do, and I'm not gonna like it and don't want to keep reading. I was wrong. I was wrong about where it was going, what it was doing, and whether I would like it or not. All of those things. I have dinner here. My mother-in-law got me Salad and Go, which I'm so excited about. If you're in Arizona, and you know Salad and Go is literally the shit. So I'm about to eat that. I'm about to give this book its killing blow. I am really enjoying this. far more than I thought. I was right in the beginning about what I thought about it, and it's turning out to be a lot more interesting than I thought, and there's a lot more going into this. There's a lot more threads weaving together than I originally thought there would be, and I don't want to spoil too much because it is enchanting to see how this unravels, and I don't want you guys to be spoiled at all. So this is gonna be such a hard book to talk about, but I love this. I really love this. I'm enjoying it a lot. I don't know if I will give it 5 stars. I think the ending is gonna decide whether I give it 4 stars or not, but I think it is for sure, without a doubt, at least a 4 star. We will see how I feel at the end. I'm not quite getting 5-star feeling, but this is a very good book. And it makes me kind of want to read The Dead Romantics because I never read it. That's also by Ashley Poston, but I'm gonna eat this and read, and then we're gonna regroup after. I'm very close to being done, so. And it takes some minutes because finishing this made me cry a lot. There's a couple reasons why. Obviously, the romance of it, and there is just something so sweet of this. But there is also a deeper message that I really liked and also really connected with me. I had a very close uncle. He died when I was 19, right before I got married my husband. And he was like my closest relative, and I love him so much. I've talked about him a little bit here and there, but it's really hard for me to talk about him. And even after all these years, it doesn't matter how long it's been, like I still grieve him so thoroughly and deeply. And in this book, she loses her aunt, who she had a similar bond with and who taught her similar things. And it was really hard to read a lot about her overcoming her grief and the kind of person her aunt was, the kind of person her aunt wanted her to be, because I felt really connected with that. And the romance is so sweet and cute, and the way that she wove the timelines together, I really liked, and the way it all fits. It's very sweet, but 5 stars. I did not expect to get another 5-star read. It's been a really long time since I've had a 5-star read. I can't remember what the last one was. Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Falling in Love, or Bride. I guess those were 5 stars for me, but like, I don't know. This was an unexpected hit. It was emotional. I cried like a baby. I loved it. It connected with me. If you've lost a family member that was very close with you, I feel like this might hit for you. Was not expecting it to get real emotional. Was not expecting that portion of it. So maybe I'm ruining that for you. These kind of books, I don't like to read sad books. I don't like to cry. I mean, I enjoy crying. Like, if a book makes me cry, I'm like, oh good, I'm like really into this. But like, I don't like to read like sad for the sake of being sad. And I'll pick up these romances sometimes, and I think they're a fun romance, and they end up being a really deep life, human condition, death, grief book, and they hit me hard. My other recommendation, if you're someone who likes these types of books, is My Oxford Year. That's one of my all-time favorite books. It is so good, and it was something I picked up that I thought was a cute, fun romance, and then ended up crying through most of it, kind of similar to 7 Years Later, except I didn't cry through most of it. Anyway, I had a great reading weekend with you guys. I hope you loved being here for this book video that's like gone down 1,000 different avenues. It's just a book video. It was supposed to be, it's like reading vlog, also getting things off my physical TBR, which I did get 2 things off my physical TBR, but I did buy 2 more books. So kind of not offsetting things, but I finished one of them, so that feels good. If you like this video, please leave it in the comments what you thought, what you think. If you want me to do more reading vlogs like this, if you want to help me smash that physical TBR, if you saw anything on my physical TBR that you want me to read and you have a reason for it, or you can come to bat for it and tell me why I should read it, drop it in the comments below. I really want to clear out that shelf. I really want to get that list down. Like after this video, even though I did buy more books, I like the idea of getting rid of things that I know I'm not going to read. And so some of those books might be on their way out, and I will probably cover that in the next video that I post on this channel. But yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one or somewhere else on the internet. All my links to my socials are in the description. Peace.
Sunshine and rainbows. I've been feeling good, yeah, you know that it's true. Yeah, that'll work.